The early life of Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton was born on Christmas Day, December 25, 1642, at Woolsthorpe Manor, a modest estate in the English countryside of Lincolnshire. His entry into the world wasn't an easy one. He was born prematurely and was so tiny that his mother, Hannah, remarked he could fit in a quart mug. Sadly, Newton's father, also named Isaac, had died just 3 months before his birth, leaving his mother alone to care for him. But when Isaac was just 3 years old, life took another unexpected turn. His mother remarried a man named Barnabas Smith and moved away to start a new family, leaving Isaac behind in the care of his grandmother, Marjorie. Newton never really forgave his mother for this abandonment, and he resented his stepfather deeply. Once, in a list of his sins that he wrote when he was 19, he confessed to having threatened to burn them and the house over them. This fiery declaration speaks to the stubborn, intense nature of young Isaac, a quality that would later drive his relentless curiosity and ambition. School days and discovering a passion. Isaac's life at first seemed like it would be far from extraordinary. When he was 12, he began attending the King's School in Grantham, where he learned Latin, Greek, and arithmetic. Initially, his mother hoped to make him a farmer, a profession he absolutely hated. After his stepfather passed away, she pulled him out of school to tend the farm. But Newton had other dreams and couldn't imagine a life spent tilling soil. Fortunately, his former schoolmaster saw Newton's potential and persuaded his mother to send him back. At school, Newton quickly set himself apart, especially in practical projects. He became fascinated with building things, like sundials and small models of windmills. These small inventions hinted at a powerful intellect, and he began rising to the top of his class, driven by an intense motivation, even taking on a schoolyard bully and vowing to surpass him academically. A new world at Cambridge. In June 1661, Newton entered Trinity College, Cambridge, thanks to the encouragement of his uncle, a clergyman who had also studied there. But Newton's arrival was humble. He started as a subsizar, a student who earned his keep by performing chores for other students. Despite this, Newton's hunger for knowledge kept him going. Cambridge's traditional curriculum focused on Aristotle, but Newton's curiosity led him to explore the ideas of newer thinkers like Descartes, as well as astronomers like Galileo. While still a student, he began scribbling down questions in his notebooks about the nature of the universe, probing mysteries that no one had yet solved. By 1665, he discovered the generalized binomial theorem, a significant mathematical breakthrough. Around this time, he also started developing the foundations of calculus, though he had no idea how revolutionary these ideas would become. The Year of Wonders, discoveries in isolation. In the summer of 1665, Cambridge University shut down as the Great Plague swept through England. Newton returned home to Woolsthorpe Manor, and though the world outside was in chaos, these years turned into what many would call his annus mirabilis, or miraculous year. Working in solitude, Newton dove deep into his studies, making breakthrough discoveries in calculus, optics, and the laws of gravity. This was the period during which he famously observed the fall of an apple, sparking his thoughts about gravity's pull on all objects, an idea that would later lead to his theory of universal gravitation. The rise of a scholar. In 1667, Newton returned to Cambridge and quickly rose through the ranks. By 1669, his academic achievements caught the attention of Isaac Barrow, then the Lucasian professor of mathematics. Barrow, recognizing Newton's brilliance, stepped down to let the young scientist take over this prestigious position. The Lucasian chair was unique in one regard: it exempted its holder from having to take holy orders as a member of the church, allowing Newton to focus fully on his scientific pursuits without religious obligations. With this freedom, Newton poured himself into teaching and research. His role as professor included lecturing on geography, and he revised and published new editions of the Geographia Generalis, a geography textbook by Bernhardus Varenius. This work links scientific concepts to classical geography and has been considered a foundational text that helped bridge ancient and modern geographical thought. Gaining recognition, Newton's groundbreaking works soon caught the attention of England's scientific elite, and in 1672, he was elected as a Fellow of the Royal Society. This prestigious title put him in the company of the greatest minds of his time, marking the beginning of his ascent as one of history's most celebrated scientists.